Some fish can protect your heart after 60, and some can quietly load your body with mercury, inflammation, and trouble you do not need. If you think all fish is healthy, this video may change what ends up on your plate tonight. If you want to stay healthy and independent as you age, hit that subscribe button right now. We share science-backed health tips like this every single day. Over the years, one pattern keeps showing up again and again. Two people can both say, I eat fish every week, yet one gets the benefit and the other gets the burden. Why? Because after 60, it is not just about eating fish. It is about which fish, how often, and how you cook it. Your body is less forgiving now, your kidneys filter more slowly, your muscles recover more slowly. Your brain and heart need steady support, not mixed signals. And today I'm going to show you the 4 worst fish you should avoid, the 4 better choices you should eat instead, and the simple rule that makes all the difference. Now, before we continue, tell me your age and where you're watching from in the comments. This helps us understand who we're helping. Here's what most people get wrong. They hear that fish is good for the heart, so they assume every fish at every restaurant and every can on every shelf must be a smart choice. But that is not how it works. Fish can be like medicine in one form and like a problem in another. A 2022 study from Brown University found that people with the highest fish intake had a 22% higher risk of malignant melanoma. And researchers said contaminants like mercury may help explain the link. That does not mean fish is bad. It means blind trust is bad. See the difference? And here's another shocker. A 2023 study discussed by researchers connected with Hanyang University and Kyunghee University found that older adults with higher fish intake had much lower odds of frailty 4 years later. The odds ratio for fish was 0.47, which means roughly 53% lower odds, and total seafood was even lower at 0.34. So what is the truth? Not no fish and not any fish. The truth is smarter fish. Number 5, the frying pan trap. Before we even name the worst fish, we need to talk about the biggest mistake people make with good fish. Most people think fish is healthy no matter what you do to it. But actually, once you drop it into hot oil, cover it in heavy breading, or pair it with salty sauces, you can turn a helpful food into a problem. It's like taking a clean white shirt and dragging it through motor oil. The shirt is still there, but you ruined what made it clean. A 2022 study from Universidad Autónoma de Madrid and Universitat Pompeu Fabra found that in older adults, frying was linked to a 25.7% increase in C-reactive protein, which is a blood marker of inflammation, and a 12.6% decrease in vitamin D. That matters after 60. Why? Because inflammation is like a low fire inside the body. You may not see it, but it can wear down your joints, blood vessels, and energy over time. And vitamin D matters for bones, muscles, and balance. Do you really want to lose both at once? So if you eat fish sticks, deep fried fillets, or restaurant fried platters, this is your first fix. Not crispy baskets, but gentle cooking. Bake it, broil it, steam it, grill it lightly, pan sear it with a small amount of olive oil instead of deep frying it. Use lemon, garlic, black pepper, dill, or paprika for flavor. Skip the heavy batter. Keep your cooked serving around 3 to 4 ounces, about the size of your palm. Start with 2 fish meals each week. That is enough for most people, and here's the practical part. If you buy frozen fish, thaw it in the fridge overnight, pat it dry, put it on parchment paper, add 1 teaspoon of olive oil, lemon slices, and a pinch of herbs. Bake at 400 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes, depending on thickness. If it flakes with a fork, it's ready. Simple, cheap, no guesswork. Quick question. Have you experienced bloating, swelling, or feeling heavy after eating fried foods? Comment yes or no below. Now let's get into the fish you really want to avoid. Number 4, king mackerel. Most people hear mackerel and think healthy omega-3 fats, but actually not all mackerel is the same. This is where many older adults get fooled. Atlantic mackerel is a smart choice. King mackerel is not. One can help you. The other can load you with mercury. Think of them like 2 cars with the same brand name but completely different engines. Same label family, very different ride. The FDA lists king mackerel on its choices to avoid list because of high mercury. Mercury is a toxic metal. In simple terms, it can act like grit in your body's wiring. Your brain, nerves, and kidneys do not like it, and after 60, you want to protect all 3. You are not trying to be perfect. You are trying to lower the load on a body that has already worked hard for decades. So what should you eat instead? Atlantic mackerel. Mayo Clinic lists it as a good omega-3 rich fish that is lower in mercury. If you can find Atlantic mackerel, aim for 1 3-ounce cooked serving once a week, or rotate it with salmon or trout. Choose fillets packed fresh or frozen. If canned, read the label and look for Atlantic mackerel, not just mackerel. That detail matters. Would you trust a medicine bottle with the wrong name? Same idea. The best way to prepare it is simple because it is already flavorful. Broil it with lemon and parsley, or bake it with sliced onion and a little olive oil. If the taste feels too strong, pair it with brown rice, cucumber, or tomatoes. These fresh sides cut the richness and make it easier to enjoy. And if you are on a budget, look for frozen options. They are often cheaper and still nutritious. A 2021 study from Ohio State University found that omega-3 fats help protect the body during stress. People taking enough omega-3 avoided the placebo group's 24% and 26% post-stress drop in protective markers. And the higher dose group lowered cortisol by 19% and a pro-inflammatory protein by 33%. Here's the thing, after 60, you are not only feeding your stomach, You are feeding your recovery, your muscles, and your stress response, but wait until you see number 3, because this next fish looks harmless on a menu, but it can be one of the worst picks for older adults. Number 3, shark. Most people do not eat shark every week, but when they see it at a seafood market or on vacation, they think it's fish, it must be fine. But actually, shark is another high mercury fish on the FDA avoid list. Big predator fish tend to collect more mercury over time, like a snowball rolling downhill and picking up more and more weight. The bigger and older the fish, the bigger the risk. Why does this matter more after 60? Because small problems add up faster now. A little extra mercury here, a little less hydration there, a little more kidney strain somewhere else, and suddenly you feel foggier, weaker, or more off balance than you used to. Is that always from fish? No, but why invite extra risk from a food you can easily replace? The better choice here is sardines. Yes, sardines. Small fish, soft bones, big benefits. Many people avoid them because they think sardines are old-fashioned, too salty, or too fishy. But actually, sardines are one of the smartest foods you can keep in your kitchen after 60. They are rich in omega-3 fats, protein, calcium, vitamin D, and they are lower in mercury because they are small and lower on the food chain. A 2021 study from the Universitat Oberta de Catalunya and Hospital Clínic de Barcelona followed adults 65 and older with prediabetes. The group that added 200 grams of sardines per week, about 2 cans, saw their high diabetes risk drop from 37% to 8% after 1 year. Let that sink in. Not an expensive powder, not a miracle pill. 2 cans of sardines a week. Here's how to do it if you hate complicated routines. Buy sardines packed in olive oil or water. Drain lightly if you want less oil. Eat half a can on whole grain toast with mustard and sliced tomato. Mix 1 can into a salad with cucumber and red onion, or mash it with avocado and lemon for a quick lunch. If sodium is a concern, compare labels and choose the lower sodium brand. And yes, eat the soft bones if you can. That is where much of the calcium lives. If the smell bothers you, chill them first and squeeze fresh lemon on top. Cold sardines are often easier for people to tolerate than warm ones. Small trick, big difference. But wait until you see number 2, because this is the fish many people proudly order in restaurants, thinking they are making one of the healthiest choices on the menu. Number 2, swordfish. Swordfish has that clean, meaty look people love. It feels fancy, it feels strong, it feels healthy. But actually, swordfish is another fish the FDA says to avoid because of high mercury. This is one of the most misunderstood seafood choices out there. Not greasy, but risky. Not junk food, but still a bad bet for many older adults. Mercury does not always announce itself with flashing lights. It is more like rust in the background. Over time, it can affect nerves and put extra pressure on the systems you most want to protect as you age. And let me be clear, when there are safer, cheaper, easier options sitting right next to it. Swordfish makes even less sense. The fish you want instead is salmon. Wild if you can get it, farmed if that is what fits your budget. Either one is usually a better choice than swordfish. Salmon gives you protein for muscle, omega-3s for the heart and brain, and it is easier to cook than many people realize. It is one of those foods that looks complicated but really isn't. Like a washing machine with too many buttons when you only need 2. Mayo Clinic recommends at least 2 servings of omega-3 rich fish a week, and a serving is about 3 ounces cooked. Salmon fits that beautifully. Start with 1 salmon meal a week if you are new to it. A 3 to 4 ounce piece is enough. Bake it with lemon, pepper, and a little garlic. If you want easy cleanup, wrap it in foil with sliced zucchini and onions, then bake the whole packet. No mess, no panic. And for your brain, a 2024 study from Oregon Health and Science University found that fish oil did not help all older adults equally, but in people carrying the APOE4 gene, which raises Alzheimer's risk, researchers saw a dramatic reduction in the breakdown of brain cell integrity after 1 year. That does not mean salmon is magic. But it does remind you that the right fats matter, especially for the aging brain. Before we go further, if this is making sense so far, hit that like button. It tells me you want more videos like this. Now for number 1, and this one is sneaky because many people do not even know what it is when they order it. Number 1, tilefish. Tilefish sounds harmless, almost cute, but actually tilefish is one of the fish the FDA places on the avoid list because of high mercury. This is the kind of fish that slips past people because the name does not sound dangerous, and that is how trouble often works, right? Not loud, just hidden. If your goal is steady energy, better balance, sharper thinking, and less unnecessary strain on your kidneys and nerves, tilefish should not be part of your regular routine. Not because fish is bad, but because this fish is the wrong fit for the job. After 60, your plate needs to work for you, not against you. The best replacement here is trout, especially rainbow trout. Trout is one of the smartest fish for older adults because it is rich in omega-3 fats and is listed by the FDA among lower mercury choices. It is also mild. That matters because a fish you will actually eat is better than a perfect fish you avoid every week. Here is a simple way to make trout. Place a 3 to 4 ounce fillet on a baking tray. Add a little olive oil, lemon juice, and black pepper. Bake it for about 10 to 12 minutes. Pair it with sweet potato and green beans. That is a full meal with protein, fiber, and color. If fresh trout is hard to find, frozen fillets work well. No shame in that. Convenience is part of consistency. And remember that 2023 study tied to Hanyang University and Kyunghee University, higher fish intake was linked to much lower frailty over 4 years. Frailty is that gradual loss of strength, speed, and resilience that makes everyday things harder. Carrying groceries, standing up from a chair, recovering from a cold. You want less of that, not more. Trout can help you move in the right direction. I'd love to hear your story. What made you click on this video today? Share in the comments. Now, let's pump the brakes for a second. I'm not saying this to scare you, but you still need common sense here. Even healthy fish can be a problem in the wrong situation. If you have a seafood allergy, stop right there and follow your doctor's advice. If you have kidney disease, ask about phosphorus, sodium, and portion size, especially with canned fish. If you have high blood pressure, watch salty canned products and restaurant sauces. If you take blood thinners and also plan to add fish oil supplements on top of fish meals, talk to your doctor or pharmacist first. Food and supplements are not the same thing. And if you notice numbness, tingling, unusual weakness, worsening confusion, trouble with balance, or stomach issues after a big change in diet, do not just guess. Get checked. Also see your doctor if you have unexplained weight loss, trouble swallowing, or ongoing fatigue. Sometimes the issue is not the fish at all. Sometimes fish just reveals a bigger problem already there. So you're convinced, but thinking, how do I actually do this? Start simple. First, remove the obvious bad bets. Skip king mackerel, shark, swordfish, and tilefish. Second, replace them with easy wins. Buy canned sardines, frozen salmon fillets, frozen trout, or Atlantic mackerel if you can find it. Third, aim for 2 fish meals per week, not every day. Not a huge overhaul, just 2 meals. If money is tight, start with sardines. They are one of the best bargains in the store. 2 cans a week gives you a strong nutritional boost without hurting your wallet. If you want the easiest dinner, use frozen salmon or trout. Take it out, season it, bake it, done. If you do not like strong fish flavor, start with trout or salmon. If you want the most nutrition for the lowest price, sardines win. You can even build a simple weekly routine. Tuesday, baked salmon with vegetables. Friday, sardines on toaster and salad. That's it. Repeat next week. No complicated charts. No 10-step meal plan. No stress. Your health usually improves from what you repeat, not from what you do once. Look, there's a lot of noise out there. One person says all seafood is perfect. Another says never touch fish again. But you do not need extremes. You need clarity. Not more fish, but smarter fish. Not fancy seafood, but safer seafood. Not fear, but better choices. You don't need to overthink this. Start with just one change this week. Remove 1 high mercury fish from your routine and replace it with sardines, salmon, trout, or Atlantic mackerel. Your body will tell you if it's working. You may feel steadier, less heavy after meals, more satisfied, more confident that your food is helping, not hurting. If this helped you, hit that like button. And if you want more videos like this, make sure you're subscribed because we post new health tips every single day. Stay healthy, stay strong.